Everyone tells me they want to live in Oak Park, Elmhurst, or Naperville until they see the price tags. And you know what's interesting is that the families and clients I help up relocating here don't always end up in these suburbs and realize there are suburbs that they prefer even more. After helping so many families make their move to the Chicago suburbs, whether it's to or around the area, I feel like I have a good radar on what my clients are looking for and where they actually end up house hunting at. I'm Brandon.blankenship, a Chicagoland realtor helping people just like you move in and around the Chicagoland area, and I want to be your real estate resource of choice. But let's just jump right into the video to chat on the Chicago suburbs that you might be considering and where you might want to put on your radar. Let's first discuss the spots where most buyers go look first when they start their search, and yes, I'm talking about Hinsdale, and don't get me wrong, I completely understand why most people want to live here. The historic downtown looks like something out of a movie with its brick paved streets and locally owned boutiques. The high school, Hinsdale Central, ranks in the top 10 in Illinois, and those gorgeous Victorian mansions, they're absolutely stunning. But in 2025, the reality is hitting buyers hard. The median home price in Hinsdale is around $1.3 million, and that number keeps climbing. And what most people don't realize is that even a basic 3-bedroom ranch from the 1960s needing a complete renovation can start anywhere between $600,000 to $800,000. And those beautiful historic homes everyone pictures when they think of Hinsdale, they're selling for $2.5 million and up. And this is pushing buyers to look at places like Downers Grove, Clarendon Hills, and Western Springs. And what they're finding is actually amazing. Downers Grove, especially the north side near Hinsdale, offers almost identical benefits. The downtown area has a ton of restaurants, fantastic shopping, and direct metro access to Chicago. The high school ranks in the top 15 statewide, but the game changer is homes for selling for 40 to 60% less than Hinsdale. Western Springs is another fantastic alternative. It sits right between Hinsdale and LaGrange, giving you access to 3 separate downtown areas. And the schools feed into Lyons Township High School District, which offers the International Baccalaureate program, and most homes here are selling between $600,000 to $900,000. You're getting way more for your money here. Newer construction, bigger lots, and lower property taxes, but there are also some great new construction options over $1 million here as well. And what's interesting is how these surrounding areas are outperforming Hinsdale in some ways. Downers Grove just announced a massive downtown expansion project, adding a new theater district and luxury apartments, while Western Springs is developing a 12-acre community park with sports facilities. The commute times to Chicago are practically identical, about 25 to 30 minutes on the Metro BNSF line express from any of these towns, but in Downers Grove or Western Springs, you're getting more house, lower taxes, in many cases a more convenient location for everyday life. You're closer to major shopping areas like Oak Brook Center, and you have better access to I-88 and I-355, and you're surrounded by forest reserves and bike trails as well. The price differences between Hinsdale and Downers Grove are shocking, but they're nothing compared to what's happening west. But first, let me tell you about another mind-blowing alternative. Looking at the west side, we have historic charm of Oak Park and River Forest that pulls in so many buyers initially and with much good reason. And these suburbs showcase some of Frank Lloyd Wright's most iconic works with the largest collection of his prairie school designs anywhere in the world. And walking through these neighborhoods feels like stepping into an architectural museum, with historic homes dating back to the 1890s lining every single street. And behind that historic facade though, the numbers tell a different story. Property taxes in Oak Park are on the rise, and you're typically paying much more than you'll realize. River Forest isn't much different. Those beautiful historic homes, they're running close to $1 million, and most need significant updating to meet modern living standards as well. And shifting just a few miles west changes everything. Elmhurst has emerged as a powerhouse offering that same historic atmosphere, but with major advantages in my opinion. Over there, you've got York Street's downtown district spanning 6 blocks of restaurants, boutiques, and entertainment venues. The Elmhurst Art Museum rivals Oak Park's cultural scene, and the newly expanded library just won a national award for innovation. LaGrange brings something unique to the table too. The West End Arts District transforming former industrial spaces into galleries and studios, and the downtown area has more restaurants per capita than Oak Park, and the Stone Avenue Metro Station is becoming its own micro neighborhood with coffee shops and wine bars popping up monthly. From Oak Park to Chicago's Loop on the Green Line, you're looking at about 25 minutes, and LaGrange and Elmhurst, using the BNSF and the UPW lines respectively, clock in at a 26 to 28 minute difference on the express. And the difference, you're getting express trains during rush hour, which Oak Park CTA service doesn't offer. These western suburbs are also seeing massive investment in their school systems. Elmhurst's York High School just completed a $65 million renovation, including a new STEM wing, and LaGrange's Lyons Township High School offers 28 AP courses, more than Oak Park River Forest High School, and both districts consistently ranked in the state's top 20 for academic performance. And the homes, they are absolutely incredible, from Victorian homes to bungalows to everything else in between in Elmhurst. And when it comes to in LaGrange Historic District, you'll find similar homes from the same period for, $650,000 to $800,000 as well. And you're getting all the architectural character without the Oak Park premium. And there are so many other emerging hotspots as well. But before we get into that, I help so many people buy, sell, and relocate here every single year. And whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to help you out. So if you love learning about what it's like to live, work, and play in these suburbs, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on helpful videos just like this one. And speaking of smart investments, the real estate landscape around Naperville is transforming rapidly. While Naperville itself keeps setting price records, median home price values just sit around $750,000, and the surrounding communities are quietly building something incredible. Aurora, Warrenville, and South Plainfield are essentially creating new cities from the ground up. The new Rush Copley Medical Center expansion is creating thousands of jobs, and Indian Prairie School District, which serves the area as well, is District 204 when it comes to that eastern portion of Aurora. And Warrensville's transformation is even more dramatic. The old Cantera development has evolved into a true live, work, play destination, and tech companies are moving in, attracted by lower operating costs than Naperville alone. And the Warrenville Park District just acquired 25 acres for a new sports complex, and 3 major residential developments are breaking ground this year. And home prices here average $450,000 for a single family home, almost 40% less than comparable properties in Naperville. And we've also got South Plainfield, which caught everyone by surprise. This quiet community suddenly found itself as the center of a major tech corridor. The new electrical vehicle manufacturing plant is bringing 3,000 jobs, and downtown Plainfield is expanding with boutique shops and farm-to-table restaurants. The school district just earned its first National Blue Ribbon Award, putting it in the same category as Naperville's best schools. And these areas aren't just offering affordable prices, they're actually providing a better investment potential. Market analysis shows property values in Aurora on the east towards 59 increasing 16% annually compared to Naperville's 7%. Warrenville's appreciation rate hit 14% last year, and new construction homes in the area start in the high 500s, while similar homes in Naperville cross $800,000 plus. And transportation infrastructure is keeping pace too. The I-80 expansion project includes new express lanes connecting these communities to Chicago's tech corridor, while the Metro's BNSF line is adding express services from Aurora, making the commute virtually identical to Naperville's. But the most interesting trend is happening in the retail sector. While Naperville's downtown boasts high rents forcing out some local businesses, these emerging areas are creating vibrant shopping districts from scratch. They're leaning from Naperville's challenges, planning mixed-use developments that balance national retailers with local shops. And looking at the data, these areas are following the exact same growth pattern Naperville showed 20 years ago. And the difference is they're developing into modern urban planning principles, creating more sustainable, walkable communities. When you combine more affordable entry prices with massive infrastructure investments happening right now, these suburbs aren't just alternatives to Naperville, they're showing us what the future of suburban living looks like. So throughout all these suburbs, there's a common thread that successful homebuyers are discovering. The smartest moves aren't happening in the most expensive areas all the time, they're happening where infrastructure and community development are actively improving. Looking at school district improvements tells you so much about a suburb's future. When districts invest millions into STEM programs or new facilities, home values typically jump 12 to 15% within 3 years. Warren High School in Cicero just approved a $45 million renovation, while Lombard's Glenbard East is launching an international baccalaureate program, and these changes signal major growth ahead for their communities. The most successful suburban homebuyers also think beyond their commute to downtown Chicago. Major employers are creating satellite offices throughout the suburbs, and companies like Motorola, McDonald's, and Walgreens have all shifted significant operations to suburban campuses. Living near these employment hubs often proves more valuable than proximity to a train station. Property taxes deserve more attention than most buyers give them. A 1% difference in tax rates on a $500,000 home means $5,000 more in your pocket every single year that can go towards a bigger house or just building your long-term wealth for the future. And some of the best values right now are in communities that have recently reassessed their commercial tax base, shifting the burden away from homeowners. Besides, all these development patterns reveal another crucial insight. Suburbs that are actively expanding their commercial tax base through smart development generally maintain better services while keeping residential taxes stable. Timing these suburban markets comes down to watching three key indicators: school investments, commercial development, and infrastructure improvements. When you see all three things happening simultaneously, that's usually your signal. And the sweet spot is finding these changes before home prices catch up to them. The most important lesson from decades of Chicago suburban development is the best values consistently appear in communities that balance growth with preservation, that invest in education while maintaining affordability, and that plan for long-term sustainability rather than quick profits. So we've covered some incredible areas today, from surprising alternatives to Hinsdale to historic charm of LaGrange and Elmhurst, and all the way to those emerging hotspots that are about to explode in value in the long-term future. And if you're thinking about moving to the Chicagoland area, my team and I would be absolutely honored to help you out. We've helped over 100 families find their homes around the Chicago suburbs in the past year as the #1 agent at my office, and I run the largest living Chicago suburbs page on Instagram with over 80,000 followers, so I know the burbs inside and out. Just email me right here on the screen or check out the pinned comment down below in the comments section. And before you go, if you enjoyed this video, watch one of these videos up here, and I will see you guys on the next video.